Hello, welcome back to the channel. My name's Andrew. It's a gloomy October day, but the day I'm going to do my tour, because things are not looking so great at the moment in terms of nighttime temperatures, and obviously being autumn, a lot of things are going to start losing their leaves, like the royal purple cotinus we have here, and the Indian bean tree is now looking past its best. Bit of a different tour than the October tour last year, which I seem to remember was very sunny, a bit warmer, and there was a lot more colour in the garden than there is now. Let's show you what's going on. Let's start with this beautiful Mahonia that I picked up on discount. So this beauty was £10. Funny thing about Mahonias, I find, is that one year they'll start flowering in December, next year they'll start flowering in September, and they're just a bit all over the shop really. This one is fully laden with these beautiful new flowers, and it has the grapes as well, which I thought the grapes came after the flowers, but yeah, for me Mahonias are very unpredictable. This one I will actually be turning into a standard tree, so do look out for a video where I'm going to chop all those leaves back, keep the trunk and just kind of a top on it. I'm only going to do the garden today. I did a little tour of the greenhouse the other day and there's some smashing plants in there, so if you haven't seen it, do check it out. Well, do check out the October tour as well for a little bit of a comparison. The October tour from last year. This beautiful cordyline Charlie boy. Really nice colours here in this shady location. Salvia amistad, pushing out these beautiful purple flowers. Really is one of my favourite plants in the garden, and I recommend everyone should get one. It's definitely the most hardiest of the, well, I'd say it's the most hardiest, but hot lip seems to be definitely the most hardiest. But of salvias that look similar, the amistad seems to do quite well. Aurelia alata. Fatsia polycarpa, Edward Needham form. Got many echiums planted all over the garden. It's the first year for me, so I'm going to have to decide what to do with them, whether to leave some in or take some into the greenhouse, because I know they're not super hardy or anything. Like this is a Brassiopsis aculeata, I think it's called. This isn't hardy, this is just out for show at the moment. Seems to be doing okay though. We've had a few nights where it's got to 2 degrees. But I've been keeping this in the shed and plan to do that even more. And it's just busting out some new leaves on the top here as well. As you can see there. It's just started to rain, but let's get this done. It's the Alstramira. I deadheaded that. Now that's coming back lovely. Definitely worth doing. None of these gingers or hedychiums have produced any flowers for me, which is a bit unfortunate. But I've got loads and loads. You can see there's about 4 or 5 new growth points there, so I'm hoping to do some divisions. Speaking of salvia hot lips, yeah, this is a very hardy plant. It does come back every single year with no problems. Nasturtiums looking great. Well, a little bit past their past their best, but still looking good and providing that much needed colour that my garden needs at the moment. Tetrapanax, steroidal giant. Looks like it potentially is going past its peak here. As it's quite small, it may be something that I bring into the greenhouse. Apologies for the noise of sirens in the background. Hopefully that will stop soon. Let's look at the new growth on this palm. So a lot of the palms in my garden are pushing out these new fronds at the moment. They're starting to slow. This one is anyway, but I'm glad it's managed to push a few out before it really does slow and potentially stop very, very soon. Miscanthus giganticus in flower, looking fantastic. Be dividing up that beauty as well. I've started digging things out from the front, like the mangaves. Got these canna lilies. This one looks like it's about to pop out some new flowers. What I like about canna lilies is they just divide and divide. So I think each one of these, there's about 3 little pups on each one at the bottom. So I'll be looking to put them into the individual pots and into the greenhouse. Osteospermum, looking lovely. One of the things that is flowering at this time of year, which is excellent. I think that's some kind of lily. I haven't seen that show its face really, but I don't think it's flowered for me. We've still got some Persicaria, purple fantasy. I've cleared a lot of that out as well. Back to the subject of echiums, I think this is the biggest one I have. And I really do like these large green leaves. They do look superb and definitely complement a lot of what I've got in my bed. Another Brassioopsis, the Brassioopsis hispida. Again, not hardy. I'll be looking into ways to overwinter this as well, or places that I'm going to be overwintering this. You can see it starting to flower. I'm moving my black bamboo into this bed as well because I'm kind of trying to create a bit of privacy in my garden, and it does that job for sure. Elysium, wallflower. This one with bananas, looking great. I don't think I'm going to be doing much protection with these. Maybe protecting one and not the other to see how that fares. You can see there's a couple of little pups there as well, which I'll also be digging up. I really like this area under here, but you can barely see it from any angle in the garden, which is a little bit disappointing. You can see just poking out there with the, I think it's called the Japanese painted fern. Black mondo grass. Oh, and just down there, I can actually see a fuchsia. Stacked up some more bamboo here to create more privacy. This waggy has definitely put up all its new fronds for the year. It's looking really, really good. It's a great time of year for testing where you might want plants for the following year. I'm sure my November tour will be more of what I did last year, which is putting all my plants that are in pots on the patio area and showing you them all that way. And this Fatsia is pushing out its flowers also. All members of the Aralia family, which the Brassioopsis is too. This one here. They all tend to start flowering at this time of year. More hedychiums. Petunias in this pot. They look okay, but you can see they're on their way out. A lot of the bamboos, they seem to be pushing out new culms at this time of year. Problem is, that's probably going to result in aborted culms, where they just decide they've had enough early, stop growing, and then potentially go all soggy and die off. That hedychium there, completely wrong place. Yeah, all the bamboos are looking fresh. A couple of weeks back, a lot of the ones in pots tended to lose their leaves, or some of their leaves, but they're looking good again now. Reason for that, they've outgrown their pots. When there's not enough area for the roots to spread, that's what they tend to do. You see another fatsia in flower. I've got my plant hospital going on down here now. So that's where I put all my pots, where I'm not really sure what's going on. We're trying to bring plants back from the brink. We've got another, you see this Salvia amistad just creeping on through this whole bed. Beautiful. The Mahonia meteor. See, it hasn't got the grapes, just the flowers. I'll show you another Mahonia that never ever gets seen because it's behind everything. Let's check out that and see how that's getting on. This is a standard edition. Oh yeah, you can see it's kind of breaking out in flowers at the moment. And that one really is a winter flowerer. It tends to keep those flowers until about end of February, March time. Fantastic Gunnera manicata. This is my favourite one in the garden, and you can see it's starting to look a bit tired. I'm not sure how long that's going to last before I need to bring that in as well. Bring that in, that's staying there, but I'm going to be overwintering it, and that's a case of just taking out the leaves and putting them over the top to cover the crown. I've got to get my phone out of this rain, so it could be a swift end to the tour. We've got the Mulu variant of the Tetrapanax. All in the name of gardening though, let's keep rolling. Beautiful osteospermum. Let's just quickly whiz round the back here as well. Beautiful blue swan Yucca rostrata. This is Nandina, evergreen, slow growing. There's some really nice shapes on the leaves at this time of year. This Musa sycamensis, I don't know how hardy they are, but it's come back over the winter. It's doing a battle at the moment with this Miscanthus giganticus grass. Oh, I thought I'd pulled out all my Crocosmia, but obviously not. Schefflera, Rhodendrofolia, also pushing out a lot of new growth. Really pleased with that one. It seems to be doing great in my garden. Tetrapanax rex. All these new flower buds. Just waiting to see the flowers, as I haven't seen them yet. Definitely not looking as good as it was. You can see the leaves have all sagged here. This cotinus that's in the ground seems to be faring a lot better than the one I've got in the pot at the front. I'll have to see if I can move that about a bit. And this Tetrapanax rex, which is in a very sheltered position here, seems to be doing a lot better than most are at the moment. Look at that Torbay Dazzler. Really looking fresh and healthy. Hopefully that puts on some new height. That's your polycarpa. Beautiful. Yep, that's it for me today. I hope you enjoyed that tour. As I said, do go and look back at the 2024 October tour, because that was a sunnier day, I believe. The garden looked completely different, and I think it was a bit more colourful. I hope you have a great day. Let's hope this weather improves sometime soon. Adios.